walking through the dusk. The sun sets low in a crimson husk. Grandpa's old horse way back within. Memory echoes where life has been. Stables on that farm in Texas. Wind whispers tales, time is our axis. Broken boards, creaking in the wind. History's breathing, secrets pinned. Where the cattle low and the wild grass sway. Ghosts of old dreams never drift away. The stables on that farm in Texas, holding hearts and timeless nexus. Tools hanging by the door, leather straps, they've seen much more. Sweat and toil in the summer's heat, life's rare song in every heartbeat. Grandma's laughter, weathered by years, echoes strong despite her fears. Of haste and a verse so pure, simple life with a simple cure. Where the cattle low and the wild grass sway, ghosts of old dreams never drift away. The stables on that farm in Texas, holding hearts and timeless nexus.
The horses in the farm pasture, standing still in morning dew. Their eyes reflect the sunrise, a golden touch that feels so true. Hooves in worn out paddocks, tails swaying in the breeze. A gentle start to a day beneath the whistling trees. Old man Joe with his weathered hands, feeding them some hay, talks to them about the good times long since passed away. Fence posts lean like tired men, holding up the line, watching life go by, one slow stride at a time. Oh, the horses in the farm pasture, silent and strong, carrying the weight of seasons where they rightfully belong. In this worn and rugged meadow, they know where they stand, guardians of the countryside, spirit of the land. Kids with laughter in their eyes climb up the wooden fence, and their dreams ride on backs of steeds in every past and present tense. Mothers call them home for supper, Twilight's setting in, yet the pasture holds their secrets, where their youthful tales begin. When the night falls gentle and the moon casts its soft light, the horses lay down restful, the peaceful countryside. Stars dance above the meadow in an endless heavenly show, telling stories of tomorrow, where these old roads go. Oh, the horses in the farm pasture, silent and strong, carrying the weight of seasons where they rightfully belong. In this worn and rugged meadow, they know where they stand, guardians of the countryside, the spirit of the land.
Dusty wind and open plain, every sunrise my life's the same. With calloused hands and a lasso tight, taming wild horses day and night. The nights are quiet, the stars ablaze, thinking about those lost old days, where freedom ran as wild as the steeds. Now it's just me and my unspoken needs. Oh, I'm taming wild hearts, breaking free. Every hoofbeat resonates with me. In the wilderness, where the soft winds blow, taming wild hearts, that's all I know. Scars on my body, heartache unseen, each wild Mustang with a spirit so keen. They fight and they buck, they won't be tied, but there's a peace in every untamed ride. Life ain't easy with hay and dirt, sore muscles from another day's work. Whispers of freedom caught in the air, but I'm bound to the wild, I don't care. Oh, I'm taming wild hearts, breaking free. Every hoofbeat resonates with me. In the wilderness, where the soft winds blow, taming wild hearts, that's all I know. Taming wild hearts, breaking free. Every hoofbeat resonates with me. In the wilderness, where the soft winds blow, taming wild hearts, that's all I know. Taming wild hearts, that's all I know.
In the morning light, dust settles down from the barns and fields of this old town. A cowboy stands tall with a quiet pride, his steed by his side, their fates collide. Underneath the stars they roam so free, whispering secrets no one else can see. Through thick and thin, in rain or shine, the bond they share is something divine. Riding through the valleys wide and grand, man and horse they understand. With every hoofbeat, every mile, together they face both trials and smiles. Silent nights in the canyon canyon deep, where memories of past trails keep. Footprints fade, but not their trust, an unspoken bond built strong as a must. Battles fought in shadows and light, in the stillness of the long dark night. None but them can know the cost of the silent pact never lost. Through hardship, loss, and glories gained, unyielding hearts, they shoulder the strain. No words required, just a nod or a glance, as they ride together in fate's last dance. Riding through the valleys, wide and grand, man and horse, they understand. With every hoofbeat, every mile, together they face both trials and smiles. Riding through the valleys, wide and grand, man and horse, they understand. With every hoofbeat, every mile, together they face both trials and smiles and smiles. Silent nights in the canyon deep, where memories of past trails keep. Footprints fade, but not their trust, an unspoken bond built strong as a must. Battles fought in shadows and light, in the stillness of the long dark night. None but them can know the cost of the silent pact never lost, of the silent pact never lost. Battles fought in shadows and light, in the stillness of the long dark night. None but them can know the cost of the silent pact never lost, ever lost.
Dusty roads and open skies, a lonesome trail to ride. Fed up with the noise and lights and the struggles I can't hide. Packing up my saddlebags and leaving it all behind. Dreaming of the freedom that's been so hard to find. Old boots and a weathered hat, a life so pure and free. Trading city chaos for the endless prairie sea. Guitar strums beneath the stars, firelight aglow. One day I will leave it all and become a cowboy. One day I'll be a cowboy, riding through the dawn, leaving all this heartache till the city's just a yawn. With the wind as my companion and the moon my guiding light, one day I'll be a cowboy and become a miss those nights. Silver spurs and leather reins, keeping time with my song. A horse that knows my every whim and path stretching long. Whiskey in the evening and fields where wildflowers grow. One day I will leave it all and become a cowboy. Lonely hearts and neon bars, conversations brief. Trading smoky haze for the mountain's pure relief. No more concrete jungles or deadlines making me low. One day I will leave it all and become a cowboy. One day I'll be a cowboy, riding through the dawn, leaving all this heartache till the city's just a yawn. With the wind as my companion and the moon my guiding light, one day I'll be a cowboy and become a miss those nights.
On the outskirts of a town made of dust, there lived a man who did what he must. Sweat and toil under a blazing sun, an ordinary life, his race barely begun. He'd saddle up at the crack of dawn, work the cattle till the light was gone. Dreamed of more than just dirt and sand, the yearning to be known in this vast land. From a simple life, a hero grew, an ordinary man with skies so blue, who rode the range with his heart in hand, became a legend in this broken land. He faced the storms, the wild and the bleak, found courage when the night seemed weak. From ordinary greatness arose in the raw, dusty wind that blows. Songs were sung about his fearless ride, tales of nights where he never cried. Through grit and pain, he made his stand. This ordinary man turned into a grand. Years old now, with silver hair, still rides the range with the spirit rare. The town knows him, the tales they tell of an ordinary man who lives so well. From a simple life, a hero grew, an ordinary man with skies so blue, who rode the range with his heart in hand, became a legend in this broken land. Became a legend in this broken land. Became a legend in this broken land. He faced the storms, the wild and the bleak, found courage when the night seemed weak. From ordinary greatness arose in the raw, dusty wind that blows. Songs were sung about his fearless ride, tales of nights where he never cried. Through grit and pain, he made his stand. This ordinary man turned into a grand. Years old now, with silver hair, still rides the range where the spirit ran. The town knows him, the tales they tell of an ordinary man who lives so well, of an ordinary man who lives so well, of an ordinary man who lives so well. Dusty roads and parched old fields, praying for what the sky reveals. South Texas awaits so dry and long, whisper of hope in a summer song. Broken dreams and cracked old soil, sweat and tears and endless toil. Eyes to the heavens, whispers dear, waiting for the first rains of the year. When those clouds roll in from afar, every heart beats like a lone guitar. Raise a glass, forget our fear, waiting for the first rains of the year. When those clouds roll in from afar, every heart beats like a lone guitar. Raise a glass, forget our fear, blessed be the first rains of the year. And faded green, children play where dust had been. Mamas cry with joy sincere, dancing in the first rains of the year. Old men talk about days gone by, back when hard times would never die. But laughter fills the atmosphere with the taste of the first rains of the year. When those clouds roll in from afar, every heart beats like a lone guitar. Raise a glass, forget our fear. Blessed be the first rains of the year. Got my boots soaked in morning dew, walking the fields where the wheatgrass grew. In the distance, hear the old barns charm in the green pastures of northern farms. Grandpa's hands, rough like the earth, taught me that hard work defines worth. Sunsets glow like a soft warm arm, hugging green pastures of northern farms. We live by the rhythm of the land, through the storms and seasons, hand in hand. We find our peace, we ain't doing no harm on these green pastures of northern farms. Mama's songs from the porch swing flow, humming hymns where the wildflowers grow. Life here's simple, like an old brass charm in the green pastures of northern farms. We live by the rhythm of the land, through the storms and seasons, hand in hand. We find our peace, we ain't doing no harm on these green pastures of northern farm. I move slow, but the memories stay, echoes of laughter in the fields of hay. Life may be tough, but love's our balm in the green pastures of northern farms. We live by the rhythm of the land, through the storms and seasons, hand in hand. We find our peace, we ain't doing no harm on these green pastures of northern farm. On these green pastures of northern farm. Underneath the starlit sky so wide, a cowboy rides through the dust with pride. His horse, a shadow in the moonlight's glow, across the prairie where the wild winds blow. In the silence, only hoofbeats sound, the cowboy's dreams tethered but unbound. Miles and memories etched in the trail, under the tapestry of night they hail. A horse and a cowboy alone in the night, facing the darkness, prepared for the fight. Miles and memories etched in the trail, under the tapestry of night they hail. A horse and a cowboy alone in the night, facing the darkness, prepared for the fight. No destination, just a journey untamed in the whispering prairie, the wild and unnamed. His worn hat tips low, eyes scanning the land, reins held steady in a calloused hand. The fires of the sunset long since gone, but in the cowboy's heart, the spirit lives on. Old scars tell stories of battles past, a quiet strength in a world so vast. With each breath, a promise to never yield, bound to his horse and the untamed field. A horse and a cowboy alone in the night, facing the darkness, prepared for the fight. Miles of memories etched in the trail, under the tapestry of night they hail. A horse and a cowboy alone in the night, facing the darkness, prepared for the fight. No destination, just a journey untamed in the whispering prairie, the wild and unnamed. A horse and a cowboy alone in the night, facing the darkness, prepared for the fight. Miles of the sunset long since gone, but in the cowboy's heart, the spirit lives on.
Rolling down the highway in the twilight light fading, miles of open road dust in the air, ain't it amazing? Heavy load of cattle life in the rear view, one man's struggle, love, and the loss to live true. Sunrise, amber skies, hey, the world is waking, rumbling motor keeping time with the heartbeat aching. Lonely nights, desolate stretches, long haul, one more town, one more job, wait for the call. Life of a cattle hauler, rough and wild yet rewarding, in the big rig saddle, freedom's the promise boring. Hard-working cowboy rode his endless frontier, dreaming of a soft hand and cold beer so dear. Open plains stretch far, the horizon runs empty, night sounds echo bouncing off the road plenty. Stars so bright, each one a tiny flicker, guiding his path to where the days pass quicker. Roadside diners, folks you meet, stories you tell, tales of old trails and where they fell. Lonelier by the minute, distance growing expansive, the life of a drifter, bittersweet and expansive. Chain them up, feed them right, care for the herd, grit under fingernails, never saying a word. Hauling both dreams and despair past the skyline, bending, pushing to the finish line, no signs of ending. Life of a cattle hauler, rough and wild yet rewarding, in the big rig saddle, freedom's the promise boring. Hard-working cowboy rode his endless frontier, dreaming of a soft hand and cold beer so dear. Life of a cattle hauler, rough and wild yet rewarding, in the big rig saddle, freedom's the promise boring. Hard-working cowboy rode his endless frontier, dreaming of a soft hand and cold beer so dear. Oh, dreaming of a soft hand and cold beer so dear. Open plains stretch far, the horizon runs empty, night sounds echo bouncing off the road plenty. Stars so bright, each one a tiny flicker, guiding his path to where the days pass quicker. Roadside diners, folks you meet, stories you tell, tales of old trails and where they fell. Lonelier by the minute, distance growing expansive. Life of a drifter, bittersweet and expansive. Roadside diners, folks you meet, stories you tell.
Dust clouds rise off the desert floor, heat waves shimmer in the day's roar. Rolling wheels and rusted steel, life's a gamble with no appeal. Bullhorns low, they never lie. Under the stars in the dead of night, cactus shadows twist and fight, echoes howl like wolves in flight. Under the Arizona sky, edge of nowhere, don't ask why. Whiskey dreams and endless tries, life's a jagged lullaby. Open roads and open scars, chasing after fading stars. Thunder rolls like crashing cars, haunted house from burned out bars. Red horizon burning low, footsteps in the desert's glow. Grit and grime, it's all I know. Voices whisper tales of woe. Under the Arizona sky, edge of nowhere, don't ask why. Whiskey dreams and endless tries, life's a jagged lullaby. Open roads and open scars, edge of nowhere, don't ask why. Whiskey dreams and endless tries, life's a jagged lullaby. Oh, 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 oh. Red horizon burning low, footsteps in the desert's glow. Grit and grime, it's all I know. Voices whisper tales of woe.